Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time to see who won this stuff from the Wonder Woman 1984 contest. As you can see, it's all sitting up here on my half-empty shelves right now. So welcome, everybody, and Happy New Year to everybody. I know it's New Year's Eve. Some of you may have already gone through it already in some parts of the world, not here on the Pacific coast of the United States. We still have quite a few hours to go. Got 7 hours to go here. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. I've got all the names and everything already done there. I was just waiting till 5 o'clock hit so I could cut that off there. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, what YouTube does, takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. If you want to know when to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is to go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. I post it up every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, no tier set on the Patreon. Basically, I'm waiting until I get 1,000 subs. Once I do, once you give me money, I give you something in return. Also, I have the links to these pages. So my YouTube channel page here, my Facebook page. For those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. With that said, and no, Mufinobi, I'm not skipping my business. That's my business. So let's get to it, shall we? So if you remember, the grand prize was this Wonder Woman Funko invisible jet with a little mini fig that's in there too of Wonder Woman. That's the grand prize. The runner-up prize is this nice Wonder Woman bag over here, the Wonder Woman pin, the socks, and this cup over here with a straw. And yes, it does come with a box that's behind it. I just took it out so people can see it. Hey, Tony Hernandez, how's it doing? What movie, Fanobi? I asked her to say Happy New Year, but like most women, they make up their moment. Funny. Yeah. All right. So let's see whose names I've got here, and I'm going to put them in the hat that I normally have. Again, the Sergeant Hatred hat, which has served me well as the. I'm putting it up there in front of me so I can actually drop the names in. Yeah, let me just make sure I get that. Let's see. A girl has no name is one of the contestants right there. A girl has no name. I'm going to fold that up, drop that in the hat. Carl M. Carl M is back on this one. Carl, you never sent me your address for the Mandalorian contest, so that it went to Morks, actually, is where it went to. Yes, that's right. That prize went to Morks, since I already have his address. And I know where it's going. Salty Monster. Salty Monster. I've got your name in here as well. Tossing that in there. Let's see who else. Andrej Merrick. Andrej Merrick, you're in there as well. Okay, let's see who else I got here. And sorry, my little pieces of paper are getting stuck together, so I'm trying to make sure that they actually come apart there. BD, you're back in the mix again. And again, BD, you refused your prize, so Morks is back in the mix here again. Yes. All right, and finally, last but not least, Penn FarmGirl. You're in the mix. Yeah, you got your quote, you got your comment in there just in the nick of time. All right. So, do I let Canadians play? No, unfortunately, it's continental United States only, filthy, because it's considered an international rate if I do it to Canada, believe it or not. So it's expensive, international shipping. So shaking that up a little bit. And the winner for the grand prize is, who is this here? Salty Monster. Salty Monster gets the grand prize here with the invisible jet. I've already got your address, Salty Monster, because I was looking it up and I saved it. So that'll be going out to you. Let me write that down just so I make sure. All right. Salty Monster gets that. Let's see who gets the runner-up prize for the bag and all the goodies in there. This crumpled up piece of paper. All right. If I can actually undo this. Hey, Penn FarmGirl. There you go. Penn, you actually get the bag, the cup, the socks, and the pin there. So, and I've got your address as well. Actually, I don't have your other address there. So I actually no, I think I do. But anyway, send it to me anyway, just to be sure. But Penn, yes, you get that. Awesome. Thank you to everybody who actually, commented and signed up for all of this. It's been a lot of fun doing these. So, all right. That's right. Penn gets the bag. Yes. And so Salty, yes, I've got your address already. That'll go out. I'm going to send these out on Saturday with all my other stuff too, with the Mandalorian stuff as well, because I've just been waiting till I get this one done so I can just go all to the post office at once and pop it out there. And yes, I have been packing, as you can see. My books are disappearing from the shelves. I need to get more book boxes since that's the reason why I've got books left there. But all right. Ah, man. We just saved Dennis the trouble of drawing. Yeah, it saved me the trouble of having to actually, get people's addresses coming from them. Yeah. So, and yes, great prizes all the way around. Hopefully everyone's happy with what they got there. You're welcome, Salty. Like I said, it's stuff that I have here, and I don't know what to do with it half the time. I'm literally, when I'm packing up here, I've got so many boxes that are just labeled collectibles now at this point that I'm just going, really? Why? I've got way too much shit, is what I'm saying at this point. So, yeah. But it's the party corner. Yes, I know, movie for nobody. It is weird seeing the shelves empty. You can actually see the lightsaber sitting over here too. That's my lightsaber from Disney, from Disneyland, actually, from Galaxy's Edge. And speaking of Galaxy's Edge, since Patty Jenkins is working on Rogue Squadron, I'll talk a little bit about that, since I've already got the contest winners out there. I figured I'd talk a little bit about some stuff here. Honestly, Viking Bitch, you're not going to see much more than what it's going to look exactly the same, the new place. You're going to see the same setup for the most part. Rumor has it that since Galaxy's Edge is closed right now in Disneyland, that they're going to retool it a bit, and it's no longer going to be based on the sequels, the J.J. Abrams sequels. That they're going to actually kind of go through and do. They're going to base it on the Mandalorian, and then also on, I think, the prequels, and of course the original trilogy. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of awesome. Yeah. And yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, I guess, from what I've been reading, is even though she's working with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, she is no longer in charge of them. Yeah. They're on their own, working with the new head of Disney and also Bob Iger. And Kathleen Kennedy is doing her own, like, small Star Wars stories, is what they're doing. That's supposed to be the schism right there. Which, honestly, I talked about this a long time ago. We knew there was a kind of a fight between, what she wanted to have happen in Lucasfilm with the new trilogy that came out that sucked, and no one. There's a let's put it this way: the majority of people do not like the new trilogy. Uh, if you look at it, it could be 51% and 49%, but still the majority of us do not like that new trilogy. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's a small majority, I guess you could say, but it's still a majority. And now Disney, of course, they're looking at money is what they want. They want money to come in, and when they reopen, everything's going to be geared towards. You're going to see Ahsoka Tano's running around Galaxy's Edge. You're going to see Luke Skywalker's. You're going to see Mandalorians. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Bo-Katan Kryze as well walking around, and other Mandalorians, as well as. So I subscribe to a Disneyland or a Disney World, I guess you could say, feed, and they are working on little animatronic baby Yodas walking around the park with, they already have little droids that come out on certain aspects. And actually, if you take a look over at Feisty Fan's page, I believe, or her Instagram, she actually has it from when we went last year. And there was a little droid that came out that was interacting with her. And of course, you couldn't see where the handler was. The handler was probably watching via camera or something like that. But it was like this little tiny area. It was really kind of cool. And it was interacting with her and talking to her, but talking to her in beeps and whistles and all that kind of stuff. The same thing's going to be with with the child, or Grogu, is you're going to see him walking around in little areas, things like that. Put it this way: Wonder Woman 1984 was better than the new trilogy. Yeah, it was. I agree with you, Marks. It was. Movie Fanobi says Force Awakens only worked and made money from the time gap and nostalgia. It was fun but derivative. They blew reuniting the original three. Yeah, they squandered so much goodwill, and it's amazing that they so missed the mark, so missed the target of something that could have made them billions upon billions of dollars. Easily, you could have had episode 7 be the first movie to hit $2 billion or $3 billion, really, if it was done right. If you had like Jon Favreau come in and do what he did with the MCU. And that's what he's doing basically with Star Wars right now, is they're setting it up like the MCU. They are the TV series and stuff like that. You can already see that happening, and it's going to be a big thing right now. But will he be sipping on a cup of soup? He could be. I don't know. I mean, those motherfuckers at Disney, I swear, they do such a good job. Feisty and I were in Galaxy's Edge pretty much the entire day. We left periodically. It was actually a slow day at Disneyland for some reason. So, like, we went over to Pirates of the Caribbean and got on the ride in like 10 minutes, which is unheard of, and that was midday. We went to, a few other parts of the park too and just kind of wandered around, but we kept going back to Galaxy's Edge, and we would stay there because there was just so much stuff to see, so much stuff to do, even though they only had a couple of one ride open. They didn't have Rise of the Resistance open yet. And it was my favorite part of the park, quite honestly. And they did such a good job. The details on everything. I believe I put it up on my Instagram for Suspended Fanimation. I want to say I might have put it up on my own Instagram. I don't remember offhand, but I took shit tons of pictures. And yeah, when it went down, when it turned to night, there was all kinds of lighting and stuff. They did a great job. Mork says now they know how to reach 2 billion. Don't doubt that they will go with it. So yeah, the other word is that there's going to be a new trilogy of movies based on Grogu, and we might jump ahead like 100 or some odd years and have 100, 150-year-old, 200-year-old Grogu, and have a new trilogy with Grogu. That's the other word that's coming out now too that I'm hearing. So this is all stuff that's been popping up, and like fast stuff. I mean, Yeah. Mufino, he says the behind the scenes in the park was cool. Just tried to force the new, but design work is excellent. Yeah, the design work that they did is so fucking good. And when they initially launched the park, I want to say it was in Florida. They had X-wing mock-ups that could fly, that like full size X-wing mock-ups that could fly. They were hovercrafts, and that's what they did to launch the park. And that's the only time they ever used them. They only used them once, and they're sitting someplace in a warehouse at Disney, and have never flown again. So, thank you, Movie Fanobi. Yeah. Apple Crow says Grogu can go through World Between Worlds and stop them from hiring JJ. I wish. Yeah. Mufinobi says the behind. I already talked about that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, congratulations to the winners, Salty Monster and Penn FarmGirl. Your stuff will be going out on Saturday. Happy New Year to everybody as well. If I haven't said that already, which I did. Yes, I did. My brain's all over the place at the moment. Thank you to everybody who's been sticking around the channel and listen to what I've got to say and my reviews and all the other stuff I've been covering. I really appreciate it. I really do. And thank you to all the new people that have been coming on board as well. That's been a lot of fun, doing all this stuff. Like I said, the next week's going to be probably a little sporadic because I'm still packing. Next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, all this stuff is going to be packed up and ready to roll. And I'm probably not going to have access to it again until that Wednesday or maybe even Thursday. I don't know. Congratulations on Dennis's boxes. Thanks, Moo for Nibby. Yeah. So, with that said, thank you to everybody in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you like what you see here, take a look. If you like what you see here and you want more, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there and the like button if you can, and the share button too while you're down there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there and all the links to my social media and the pages that I have up as well. You want to see Dennis with an empty room and a green screen? No, I'm not doing the green screen. I refuse to do a green screen. That was initially what I was going to do, is going to do a green screen. Then I'm like, that's kind of boring. It's been done. And quite honestly, the backdrop that I have here is more impressive than any green screen I could put together. So, it's kind of funny. I use this background for work too when I was doing Zoom meetings and stuff like that, and everyone be like, "Oh my god, what the hell, is that real?" And so I'd reach back and I, touch something here, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's real," and it's pretty funny that people get so weirded out by having all of this. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do on my off days. So yeah. No pants. No one wears pants around here. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah. Some people have phobias of that shit. Of what? Of fake backgrounds? Yes, I know you can blur out backgrounds too. Actually, when I was doing job interviews and stuff like that, because it was over Zoom, I would not blur out this background, but I would use the Zoom Earth at night background and just mute it out completely. So all you'd see is the microphone and me, and of course my headphones. So Mark says, do you put whiskey on your coffee cup in your Zoom meetings? No, I actually just drink straight from the bottle, Marks. They already know me. So yeah. So next week is my last week at work. I have no idea what I'm going to do as of yet, but there are some ideas rolling around in my head because there are a few Zoom meetings that I have left, And oh man, there's some stuff I can do. I was thinking about getting one of those hats, that hold drinks, and put a bottle of Jack Daniels on one side and a bottle of Coke on the other side with the two straws running to my mouth, and just letting it go, you know. But yes, I am excited and nervous at the same time because again, I fucking hate moving. I really hate moving. Even if I'm paying other people to move me and stuff like that, it's still stressful. And Dennis will definitely be drunk for his last Zoom at work. I don't know about that because I think my last Zoom at work is supposed to be with HR, and I'm probably gonna have to be somewhat sober so I know what the hell they're talking about. So I did ask one of my coworkers though, before we left because so we're closed all of this week, of course, and Christmas and Christmas Eve as well. And so the week before Christmas week there, I asked one of my coworkers, I go, so I put in my notice, is it too early to start drinking at work? And of course she started laughing. So yes, it is worth it for a great change. I agree with you, like you, Mitch. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, this is one of my last pictures. It's up on the wall too, by the way. Well, I take that back. There is one other in the other room, but that's just because I didn't have any room in the box for it. But yeah, I'm packing away, packing, and Pepper's all freaked out. And that's gonna be a fun move with her. I haven't done a move of this distance with the dog as of yet. So it's gonna be interesting to see what her reaction is. Yeah, because I'm having to do the logistics of when I'm moving up there, and so when they clear this place out, when I drive up there, so that I can be there for when the stuff arrives. Yeah. Your walls aren't covered in mirrors. Actually, this side is, believe it or not, Mary Finobi. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. They're actually mirrored closet doors, is what I've got over there. Mork said you like walking around. Really? Yeah, she's a sweet dog. She's a little miss submissive though. She just kind of rolls over on her back. It's like, okay, here's my belly. It's like, come on, man. And then of course she barks at random people. I don't know what the fuck it is. And kids. She hates kids. Don't know what it is. So yeah. Mork says from contest, it's become New Year's Eve, Thursday night blast off. And no, not really. It's just become me rambling at this point. Yeah, Mufinobi, that doesn't happen. Viking Bitch says, don't forget the mirrors on the ceiling unless the new owners want to keep. So no, I did a quick sale on this, and I had a corporation that bought it. That's the way to do it. Kind of, sort of. I mean, corporations are a lot more thorough in their, when they have their inspectors come out. But still, yeah, man, I still can't believe I sold this place this fast. I was head spinning, quite honestly, that you could actually do it that fast. But Mork's just happy that Dennis isn't yelling at us for random things. When do I yell at you for random things? Uh, so the new owners will be keeping the dungeon too. I'm on the second floor, Viking Mitch, so there's no dungeon. You'll just have to keep your dungeon, ready for Mufinobi when he comes over again. Penn says Dennis will not miss the demons. No, I will not miss the demon spawn. Oh God, I will not miss them. That's the reason why I'm in a different room right now, is because of the demon spawn. Yeah. Well, I had to yell over the demon spawn, that's why. Did the new owners inspect the apartment with a black light? No, they didn't, luckily. Uh, you'll take your dungeon with you when you move, Viking bitch. Well, I thought you would. I mean, I know how Mufinobi is, so, you know. Speaking of submissive, but I'll be here all week. Well, at least part of it anyway. It's amazing that home sales can work like yeah. So, and this is no plug for them or anything like that, but I went through Redfin and I knew that they actually did, quick sales and stuff like that. And literally, I put in my request to them on a Friday and I got an offer the next Wednesday. And it was going into, I had uh, the inspectors, like all the inspectors that came through, they even did a 3D mapping of the place on Friday, like a week later. And got my new offer by Saturday. No, Monday, the following Monday, and it was sold then. Yeah. So literally it was a week and a few, maybe 10 days total. And it was like boom, like that. Yeah. Do the 3D mapping finish for online? They actually sent somebody out. So they had 3 people actually had to come here physically. So one was the inspector. We were all masked up. Um, who went through for about an hour, did his thing. Actually, the termite inspector came out first because he was checking the outside of the building. He just came in to check the windows. That was it and was done. And then the 3D mapper was here for like, I don't know, probably a half an hour or something like that. Because what he has to do is he's got a tripod with this. It looks like the Google cam. If you've ever seen the Google car that comes through and maps roads, and sets it up in different places around the house so that they can just 3D map everything. And it also gets a good square footage of the place. Um, what else does it do? It also takes a look for any deficiencies or anything like that in the walls, ceilings, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of creepy. You have to stay out of the way of, unless you want to be in the picture, which I didn't. I think Pepper's in a few of the shots too. It's kind of funny because she was just sitting on the chair. Yeah. Yeah, they have those red fins all over the place. You could go that route as well, Viking bitch. You really could. If you want to do it like that. So to the 3D. Yeah, you already asked, but I read that already. Um yeah, it was lower than of course I was expecting, but I already kind of knew that going in. And I when they went through the whole litany of things of that they had to be fixed, and I was like, yeah, all right, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, really? You're too rural on that? That sucks. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go the old fashioned route. Yeah, that was just gonna take too long for me to go through the old fashioned route. I probably could have gotten like another I probably would have gotten like another 10K out of it, maybe. But what do you want? It's California, and it's Southern California right now. And Southern California, for some reason, is still going through a major housing boom, and the sale prices are just going nuts right now. Yeah. You have running water and electricity. Can't. Do you have heat as well? Because out where you're at, Viking bitch, I think heat would be a necessity, like all year round. Emma Stone has Mork's wood in storage. Uh, does she actually know he exists or anything like that? Yeah. Uh, man. Well, on that note, What's this about wood store? Apple Crow suddenly chimes in. He goes, "Somebody's talking about wood? What? Huh?" Uh, you bring the heat move and excuse me. I got a cup I can actually throw up in. I can do that here live on the air. Um, Viking Bitch says, yes, we definitely have heat. We chop wood all summer in preparation. That's a lot of wood. Yeah. 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 I can't, I honestly could not, I can't live in a place that has snow. I like to visit the snow occasionally, but no, not living there. I just can't do it. Movie Fanobi says, as soon as Emma's acting career fails and she goes to Cameo, she will know Marks. Uh-huh. Apple Crows, I've been playing some Cyberpunk and just now stopped driving so I can oh, okay. You've been playing Cyberpunk 2077? Yeah. See, the San Francisco Bay Area, just like Southern California where I live, is nice. Pretty much anywhere along the coast of California, if you live anywhere on the coast of California, you are a couple hours drive from the mountains and snow. You know, anywhere from 1.5 to 3 hour drive to get to snow. So if I want to go to snow, I can rent a fucking cabin, go up there, experience it, go burr. Okay, I've gotten some skiing done. Fuck you. I'm going back to where it's warmer. Yeah. Yeah. I can't do it. And Pepper, oh my God, she hates cold weather. I think I've said this before. This dog is weird. 100 plus degree weather, and she's laying out in the fucking cement in the sun. She just likes doing that. Mufinobi says, we have snow, but we also have some other cool weather and oceans. Yeah. Uh, Turns out I'm not a fan of tequila or just got some bad tequila. Huh. Interesting. You probably got poisoned tequila in Cyberpunk 2077. That's what I'm guessing. Viking Bitch says, I would miss snow if I ever saw it, but it's really extreme where, yeah, I know. Yeah. So I've been in that extreme snow before, Viking Bitch. I know this has kind of devolved now into something else completely, but I've been in that extreme snow before a couple of times. I was infamous for, I would go up to Lake Tahoe, every ski season. And I was always infamous for getting up there literally just as a blizzard was coming in. The blizzard would follow me, and I would get in, it would just dump snow, and then we have to dig our way out, you know? And yeah, I was not a fan of that. I've literally happened about 5 times to me. One was so bad, quite honestly, we didn't know where the car was. Yeah. Now we're just all bitching about weather. Well, why not? Apple Crow says we used to have at least one big snow a year, but not in the last 8 years at least. Yep. That's called global warming. Yeah, blizzards suck ass. They really do. The worst one was Truckee. So my roommate at the time was on the UC Davis cross country ski team, and I had work I had to do before traveling up. So he was already up there with the team. I was coming up that night, and on the radio they were talking about, the blizzard conditions and how the traffic was all backed up on the 50 and all this stuff. As I'm going through Apple Valley, and they're saying, "Oh, traffic's all backed up through Apple Valley," and I'm like, "There's nobody on the road, like literally nobody on the road." As soon as I pull into the gas station in Truckee and I'm filling up with gas, the snow starts. So I had to put chains on my tires and all that stuff, and just barely made it to the cabin in time as it dumped. and it dumped so much that when we were digging out the next morning, we actually had snowshoes on, because otherwise we'd pretty much suffocate if we went in, and, we were ducking underneath the telephone wires. That's how far up the snow was. Literally ducking underneath the phone wires. Yeah. Yeah, the power did stay on, which is kind of funny. Um, you'd think with PG&E, the way how shitty they were, but that it would have gone out. Penn says we had 17 inches fall in about 10 hours last week, and Viking Bitch probably laughs at that. uh, yeah, no thanks. Again, no thank you. Like I said, I can visit that shit anytime I want to. Minus 40. Yeah, the worst I've ever been in, again, skiing. Uh, where was I? Boreal. That's what I was at. Boreal. Um, I was at the top of the mountain in Boreal. It was snowing. It was just another snowstorm was coming in, and once we got to the top of the hill, it was minus 11, and then with the snow, with the wind chill factor, it dropped down to minus 20. That was about as bad as I got. Yeah. And that was, ski, 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 stop, get the ice and snow off of your goggles, ski, 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 you know. And then by the time we made it down to the bottom, we're like, yeah, this sucks. We're going home. Yeah. Anyway, I should probably let you guys go for the night. It is New Year's Eve after all. Some of you are getting ready to hit that. Well, it's 8 on the East Coast or 8:30ish, somewhere around there. It's only hitting around 6 here, so I mean it's not late yet. So, exactly, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video over here. And you can take a look at the other video over here. There's 2 videos that pop up, but this is the one that's actually kind of random based on what you're looking at. Happy New Year, everyone, and especially Happy New Year to Salty Monster and Penn FarmGirl, who are the winners of today's contest. What else do I have going on tomorrow? I'm off because it's New Year's Day, and I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be hungover and whatnot. Saturday will be Saturday morning blast off, where I take the genre news of the weekend and your genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Sunday and Monday, I'm going to be off, and then Tuesday is going to be Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm doing as of yet. I'll think of something. Something will pop up, and eventually there's a lot of stuff that's getting released on New Year's Day, so that'll be fun. Wednesday is going to be The Expanse, and then I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday. I'm probably not going to do anything because I'm probably going to be packing my ass off. So, which is normally what is the case. All right. Exactly as Penn says, go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. It changes that every week. And WandaVision's on the 15th. That's right, Mufinobi. WandaVision is on the 15th. So that is a Friday. And hopefully I'm unpacked enough by then where I can and have internet and all that stuff going on too. So yeah, that's my next thing I got to do on Saturday. I've got to talk to the new building I'm moving into, and find out who I need to contact for all those utilities and whatnot. So the ass of steel. See, you're jealous of that. I know that, Viking bitch, because I mean you've got saggy ass there who's but anyway. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Mufinobi. Mark says, have you seen the new Transformer? Oh, is the new season up on Netflix, Marks? I'll take a look at that if that's up. Because yes, I do want to order my internet early. Exactly, Mufinobi. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I'm thinking it's probably going to go the Xfinity route, unfortunately. So I think that my only options are Xfinity or AT&T, and I loathe AT&T. Yeah, you haven't seen the new Transformers Apple Crow? It's the Battle for Cybertron, I think is what it was with the first season. There's supposed to be 3 seasons. So they already released the first season, which was the Battle of Cybertron, and then the second season was supposed to come out. Is it Earthrise? Is that what it is? Is that what it's called? Apple Crow says, "Is that the one made by the Wachowski brothers?" I don't know. It's really good though. I mean, it's actually really good. Earthrise, yes. Yeah, I'll take a look for that, Marks. Because I was kind of digging that series, and I wanted the second season to come out, but yeah, I might actually go and watch some Mandalorian Gallery season 2. Oh, Apple Crow, you're in the corner for that one. That's bad. That was a bad joke. I didn't even get that's what you were making that joke on. That's how bad it was. You should be ashamed of that one. Yeah. With that said, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everyone. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, because 2020 still not over with yet. It's still got a couple hours left. So let's just, stay safe on all of this stuff until that fucking year disappears. And hopefully 2021's a lot better for everybody. Um, I will see you again on Saturday. So until then, be safe, stay well, take care, wear a mask. Hopefully you're getting vaccinations if you got them available to you. Otherwise, you know, stay safe. I'll see you again in the new year. Until then, have a good night, and happy new year again to everybody. And thank you to all the winners and all the people that have subscribed. And we'll see what happens in 2021. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.